breastfeeding can save the lives of especially premature babies from life-threatening infections. But what if a mother is unable to breastfeed?
Sasa nilishikwa na stress, hata sikuwa na weza toa maziwa ya kutosha.
And that is the most reason why the preterm babies don't make it.
The Pumwani Maternity Hospital Human Milk Bank is, however, changing that narrative. Meet the mothers donating their milk to save lives.
Wanafurahia sana. Zinaweza kuwa mama mwingine, yani naweza itwa mama na watoto wengi.
Join Marie Yambo for this special feature, The Milk of Life, this Saturday at 7 and 9 p.m. only on KBC Channel 1.
The Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops invites all men and women of goodwill to a virtual National Prayer Day to be held in Subukia this Saturday, 2nd October 2021. This year's theme is Saint Joseph, Faithful and Just, Guardian of the Eucharist. Go to Joseph. We invite you to participate in this celebration of the Holy Mass by following the proceedings that will be aired live on KBC Channel 1 this Saturday from 10 a.m. God bless Kenya.
And a very good evening to you. Welcome to KBC Channel 1. This is Easy Friday. Of course, we'll be bringing to you the latest in terms of what's happening in the country and much more. My name is Shiksha Arora, and later on the interview, we'll be speaking to Mr. Seed about his journey in the gospel industry and, of course, what he's up to right now. He's just released his debut album, The Black Child, so that's something that we'll be discussing more. But yes, that's later on. For now.
All right, there's plenty to speak about, and the news has been shaping up today. You have the highlights in a bit, but it's an interesting day. It's the first day of October.
Absolutely.
And a couple of days marked on this particular day. Are you a vegetarian, Shiksha?
No, I'm not.
You're not, all right. Today is the World Vegetarian Day, so a good one. That. Do you love coffee? Well,
so.
Not really. My former boss, Bill Odidi, is a lover of coffee, so it's a day meant to celebrate people like him, the farmers, that's the coffee farmers, the roasters for coffee, and a whole lot more. So I could go on and on, but before then, we need to bring you up to date the news of the day. Shiksha, take it away with the news highlights.
Absolutely.
We have done some bills which we submitted to Parliament, and a report also on the proposed areas of legal reform, and we are hoping that we shall continue engaging Parliament with a view to having some of these reforms in place.
Play your part. IEBC calls on Parliament to expedite laws to guide a seamless general election.
Contest has now been framed. It is between the coalition of political leaders on one side and the alliance of the people on the other side.
The contest is clear. Deputy President William Ruto says the 2022 general election will be between a coalition of leaders and the hustlers.
Viazi tunakuuza kwa wingi, lakini mahali ya kuuza hiyo ni changamoto.
Plenty with nowhere to sell. As over 5 million Kenyans stare at starvation, food is going to waste. This in our special assignment, Bane of Drought.
Remember, you can always interact with us on social media. The hashtag is EasyFriday, at Shiksha Arora, at John_Kago_M. Talk to us. Tell us where you're tuned in from. And remember, the sign language interpreter is Susan Thuku.
We are also live on YouTube. You have your gadget. Just search KBC Live. You will find that there. Now, let's bring you up to date with the news of the day now. The Independent Electorate and Boundaries Commission says Parliament must enact a number of bills to facilitate a free and fair election.
Now, IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati says Parliament must stand up to the occasion and play its role to rectify some thorny legal provisions highlighted during the 2017 general election.
Well, Chebukati is categorical that Treasury must find the electoral body adequately for, or rather must fund the electoral body adequately for a seamless exercise. We have this as our top story today.
Preparations by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to ensure that the 2022 general election is a seamless exercise is gaining traction. The Commission has been undertaking a series of engagements with different stakeholders on the roadmap to the general elections, and Friday it met political parties. And on top of the agenda was the need for cooperation.
And all this is in the spirit of collaboration. As a commission, we realize we cannot do the election alone. We need other stakeholders to come on board. And so we shall reach out also to the others we have not reached out to, so that we make the election a success.
However, IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati maintained that gaps such as legal reforms crucial in the elections are yet to be cleared by Parliament and must be done before December 2021.
The bills which we forwarded Parliament are on our website, and the information we gave is actual information. I've been invited to Parliament on Tuesday, 4th, I believe. Those may be some of the issues we shall discuss. I don't want to get into an issue of who has said this and who has said this. But we all have a responsibility to ensure that we have free, fair and credible elections. Parliament has its role, the Commission has its role, all stakeholders have their role. And so what has been legislated is known, what is yet to be legislated is known.
The Commission singling out deficit in funding, which it says is one major challenge.
And so we have a deficit of 14.5 billion, which must then be breached by the relevant authorities. So that is the position of the budget. The discussions are ongoing. There's a team from my office which went to meet the parliamentary committee, and we're also having discussion with National Treasury. As you know, we must be fully funded by the national government, and so we're looking forward to that issue being addressed.
IEBC has also changed the date for the party primaries, resolution of intra-party disputes, submission of names of candidates after party primaries to 26th May 2022.
The question of a nomination certificate that are presented to the Electoral Commission by the respective parties during nomination of a candidate, we were saying that it is important that we start the process early of getting the signatures, the bona fide signatures of officials who shall sign the certificate, so that we don't have a repeat where several candidates appears with the certificates of one party.
Kamchemenza for Easy Friday.
Well, it's all set for the 2022 general election. This is according to the Deputy President, Dr. William Ruto, who says now this election will repeat the coalition of a few political leaders and the alliance. He was speaking at his current residence during a consultative meeting with more than 350 United Democratic Alliance party aspirants.
Speaking at his current residence during a consultative meeting with more than 350 United Democratic Alliance UDA aspirants from Nyeri, Laikipia, Meru and Tharaka Nithi counties, Deputy President Dr. William Ruto claimed the 2022 election contest has been framed.
The contest has now been framed. It is between the coalition of political leaders on one side and the alliance of the people on the other side. It is about the people who want to prioritize positions as to us who want to prioritize job creation.
The DP claiming the political party he leads will forge an alliance with the people. He dismissed the ODM party leader's formation as one seeking to secure selfish interests. He further said the poll will bring those against the review of the constitution against those who back the changing of the economic model to uplift the poor.
It is them who want to prioritize changing the constitution. We want to prioritize changing the economy. It is them who want to prioritize sharing power. We want to prioritize empowerment of every business and every farmer.
He said the ultimate decision lies with Kenyans.
Now moving on, Orange Democratic Party leader Raila Odinga says the 2022 general election campaigns should be issue-based and a platform to give hope and not to cause divisions amongst Kenyans. He says at the moment, Kenyans and especially the youth feel disenfranchised and disillusioned as a result of unemployment. Raila was speaking on Friday at Chungwa House in Nairobi after receiving election campaign vehicles donated by Homeboys Entertainment in partnership with a Mombasa-based businessman Bernard Waure. He urged Kenyans to continue adhering to COVID-19 containment measures put by the government to help stop the spread of the virus.
We are now in the midst of elections, and there is need to reach out to people, to communicate and talk to them clearly, and therefore this donation is not something that we take for granted. That they have been able to donate here 3 vehicles equipped fully with the modern state-of-the-art communication equipment that will enable us to be able to talk clearly and openly to our people. We say asante. We also thank Mr. Molo because, as he has rightly said, we are in the middle of a pandemic and we need to keep our people safe.
Now, African countries have been challenged to manufacture their own COVID-19 vaccines to address the shortage being experienced across the continent. The Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention says this is the only solution to ending vaccine inequality. Only 15 out of 54 African countries have achieved the World Health Organization's target of fully immunizing 10% of their population against COVID-19 by the end of September. WHO set the benchmark this year as part of a push for every country to vaccinate at least 40% of its people by the end of the year 2021. Purity Museo has more on this.
The World Health Organization says that only 4% of Africa's population is fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Seychelles and Mauritius have fully vaccinated over 60% of their populations, Morocco 48%, and Tunisia, Comoros and Cape Verde over 20%. Kenya has vaccinated only 4.92% of her population. The World Health Organization says that this illustrates how far the continent is lagging behind global vaccination rates. The Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Africa CDC, says manufacturing own COVID-19 vaccines is the only solution.
COVID-19 immunization should be considered a global public good, and vaccines must be produced in larger volumes, distributed according to ethical and epidemiological criteria, and supplied at no cost to users.
At the launch of the East African Regional Coordinating Center in Nairobi, CDC Africa Director General Dr. John Nkengasong challenged African countries to commit towards strengthening their healthcare systems as a long-term investment.
We have to collectively take our destiny into our hands if we have to guarantee the health security of our continent. And the regional collaborating center must play a central role in this.
Health stakeholders, including health ministers from East African countries, called for collaboration and political goodwill within member states.
The Eastern Africa Regional Coordinating Center is mandated to support the execution of Africa CDC's strategic plan in the regions and provide technical support to the member states.
Kenya's Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kago noted the East African Regional Collaborating Center to be based in Nairobi will aid the fight against emerging and re-emerging long-standing healthcare threats.
Kenya is very proud to have been identified to host this center on behalf of the region. We shall play our part as a people and as a country to ensure that this collaboration center succeeds for our common good.
Purity Museo, Easy Friday.
Now, 291 people have tested positive for COVID-19 in the last 24 hours from 6,501 samples screened. According to the Ministry of Health, 282 are Kenyans and 9 are foreigners, while 160 are males and 131 are females. The youngest case is a 5-month-old baby, while the oldest is 100 years. The positivity rate now stands at 4.5%. So far, Kenya has recorded a total of 249,725 cases from a total of 2.5 million tests. In the last 24 hours, 308 patients have been given a clean bill of health, pushing total recoveries to 241,828. The fatalities have increased to 5,128 after 5 patients succumbed to the disease, all of them being late deaths reported after conducting facility record audits in the month of September. Globally, over 233.8 million people have tested positive, while more than 4.78 million have died, according to the Johns Hopkins University. Now, moving on to matters food security, where bane of drought, 10 counties have been severely affected. Pastoralists counting losses, with herds dying in droves due to lack of pasture and water. Close to 5 million Kenyans are in dire need of food aid. On the flip side, food is going to waste in other parts of the country. What are we not getting right? This in the final episode of our special coverage tonight on drought ravaging parts of the country. Take a look.
As close to 10 counties grapple with the ravaging drought situation attributed to failed rains, food is going to waste in Nyandarua, Trans Nzoia and Narok counties. From maize, beans and potatoes, hundreds of farmers are just watching as their hard-earned labor go to waste with no market to sell their produce. According to a recent survey, 965 million kilograms of food went to waste or were left to rot in 2020. Annually, farmers in the country lose a third of their produce through post-harvest losses, translating into billions of shillings, despite the persistent food insecurity in ASL areas. The massive loss of food by farmers is largely due to lack of markets, poor infrastructure, and challenges in managing, storing, and means of transporting their produce to markets. In Nyandarua County, potatoes worth millions of shillings is going to waste, with farmers in the region calling on the government to buy the produce and distribute it to starving Kenyans. Charles Dirango, a farmer, says the region recorded a bumper harvest and potatoes are there in plenty.
Shida ile kubwa tuko naye sana ni ya soko. Market ndio imekuwa shida. Kwanza upande wa viazi tunakuza kwa wingi, lakini mahali ya kuuza hiyo ni changamoto.
He is asking the government to ramp up efforts to ferry the produce to those in need.
Kuna sehemu ziko na jaa. Afadhali wakuja hapa kwetu Nyandarua tununulie hizi viazi, nazi angalau tupate kitu ya kuweka kwa mfuko, tupate pesa ya kusomesha watoto.
Ni kitu tunasikia kwa ubali, lakini sisi watu wa Nyandarua tunasema serikali inasema kuna jaga la njaa, lakini Nyandarua County hatuna njaa hata kidogo.
Middlemen are now making a kill from the huge supply of such products. As a way of ensuring that farmers are cushioned from low prices due to production of surplus, Nyandarua farmers want potatoes to be included in the strategic food reserve.
Njaa yetu ni ya pesa kwa sababu tumelima na hakuna pahali tunapeleka mazao yetu ili tuweke pesa kwa mkono. Kwa hivyo serikali ikuje penye kuna chakula ipelekee wenye hawana.
At Wakulima Market, Nairobi's most popular fresh produce market, the script is the same but with a different cast. Hundreds of trucks arrive with fresh produce every morning, but the supply is outweighing the demand. Many smallholder farmers in Kenya lack access to cold storage facilities and have no option but to dispose of the remains. They now want the government to come up with practical solutions to reduce food wastage. Ironically, as these farmers literally feel the pain of bumper harvests, thousands of Kenyans in the arid north have no access to food, relying on distant relief aid, a clear indication that ours is a country of parallels. Caroline Jenga for Easy Friday.
Well, different kind of cries there. There are close to 5 million people who need food aid. On the other hand, there are counties that have food in plenty. They're crying out, the food is going to waste. Shame, shame. Are we getting the things right? Well, those are questions that need answers. Let's go to the scales of justice. And the Anti-Corruption Court has rescheduled the hearing of former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko. This is in regards to the graft cases to next year. Chief Magistrate Douglas Ogoti directed the cases be heard in the months of February, March, and April. That's 2022. Sonko is accused of collaborating with rogue county officials to defraud the county of public funds and asking for kickbacks from service providers to facilitate their payments. Now, he is currently out on bond in all the cases, which involve the loss of a total of about 378 million shillings.
Follows 21st to 24th February 2021, 7th to 10th 2022, 7th to 10th March 2022, and 4th to 6th of April 2022, all days starting at 10 a.m.
All right, and with that, it's time for us to take a short commercial break. Remember, keep talking to us. Tell us where you're tuned in from. The hashtag is EasyFriday. You can find us on social media, on Twitter at Shiksha Arora, at John_Cargo_M. Tell us where you're watching from, and we will definitely say hi later on.
Absolutely. Keep them coming, plenty coming. There's someone who texted me this in regards to the World Vegetarian Day. I'll share with that with you about that a bit later. This has to do something with Meru Embu. Does that ring a bell? Let's speak a bit later. Let's take that break here.
kupata sikiza tune hii ya kibeti, bonyeza *811*962#.
Haki umefanya vizuri sana kunifikia hii simu sasa. Nimekuwa na stress kutoka asubuhi kabisa. Na ni huyu mtu ambaye alikuwa anapatiana majina ya vitu. Kwani hakutufikiria sisi watu wa Eastern Ukambani? Ni nani alisema ati wife kwa Kiswahili ni mke? Na akasema ati handbaka. Hii inabebwa na mwanamke handbaka. Ati kwa Kiswahili ni kibeti. Huku kwetu mke ndiye kibeti.
Ili kupata sikiza tune hiyo ya kibeti, bonyeza *811*962#. *811*962#.
Ovarian cancer is a cancer that affects women.
Sometimes the ovaries can be part of what we call adhesions. If a woman has had prior surgery, that would cause a blockage in the migration of the eggs into the fallopian tube.
How do we prevent or say control, ovarian cancer?
By change of health-seeking behavior, you can be able to pick it early and save your life.
Your assignment, knowing very well you'll get 2 out of 30.
Teacher, maybe you didn't hear the part that I said I paid someone to do it on my behalf.
Women, Baka mpembeleze for nothing. Fine. If this was you could have already helped her.
No assignment for who? Let me tell you, it will be his fault if he doesn't come for the assignment by the end of today. Yes.
You remind me of my grandfather Mbaka Tushangu.
Is that so?
He's Mugali just like you. He's a very stubborn man.
Come in. I know your mangoes are sweet, but not like this one. Son, where did you get this one? I must buy some for my sibling.
Classmates, every Saturday on KBC.
Welcome back. I am Cynthia Nyamai. Now to business news, where the government had to forgo revenue worth 318.3 billion shillings subsidizing essential goods and services last year, with zero rated and VAT exempt items topping the list. The latest tax expenditure report indicates that the government would have earned an extra 234.4 billion shillings had it not been for zero rated or VAT exempted essential goods. As Regina Manyara narrates, the list of goods qualifying for subsidies has been narrowing in recent years.
The amount the government has been foregoing to subsidize goods and services to boost economic activity or cushion citizens has been reducing in the recent years as the list of qualifying items narrow. In 2017, the government forego revenue worth 437 billion shillings on such subsidies. This reduced to 429 billion shillings in 2018, then to 318.3 billion shillings last year. According to the latest tax expenditure report, the drop was mainly driven by the decline in the domestic VAT occasioned by a review of the VAT Act geared towards raising aggregate revenue. Of the 318.3 billion shillings, most of the cash was on zero-rated and tax-exempted items at 151.4 billion shillings and 82.9 billion shillings respectively. Even though the amount foregone by the government on personal income tax has been increasing, rising from 3.5 billion shillings in 2017 to 4.7 billion shillings in 2019, it reduced in 2020 to 4.1 billion shillings on account of lower taxable income as a result of lost employment due to the adverse effects of COVID-19. On corporate income tax, the revenue foregone increased from 47.6 billion shillings in 2017 to 77.1 billion shillings in 2018, then reduced to 62 billion shillings in 2019 and 56.7 billion shillings last year. The government attributes reduction in 2019 and last year to a reduction in the amount of wear and tax allowances.
Young people seeking a career in the construction industry are set to acquire real job experience in an employer-led apprenticeship program launched by Swiss Contact and the Hilti Foundation. The apprenticeship system aims to develop a skilled workforce through a combination of an on-job training in companies and theoretical learning in vocational schools set up to meet rising demand for technical skills in the market.
The number of trained plumbers, painters and masons is less than 2,000 compared to 5,000 engineers and architects countrywide, according to the Kenya Federation of Master Builders, highlighting a general shortage of skilled artisans in the construction industry. The apprenticeship program now seeks to increase this number by supporting Kenyan companies to offer on-the-job training. The project will pilot in plumbing and electrical installation. Swiss ambassador to Kenya, Valentin Zellweger, says Kenya's strong economy and IT savvy workforce make it ready for such programs.
It is the strongest economy in East Africa. The country is dynamic and it is at the forefront of technical developments in sectors such as renewable energy, fintech, or IT services.
Experts say the young generation need competitive education. Hence, the focus of the program would be in enterprise development, vocational training, and a need for collaboration.
The focus of education will be very strong on occupational skills, practical skills.
The construction industry in Kenya is currently constituted, has a large number of workers who learn the skills on the job. That is fundis learning the skill from their fellow fundis.
Institutions of higher learning churn out thousands of graduates every year. There has been a mismatch between the education offered and the skills required in the job market. Programs such as the Dual Apprenticeship Project are now seeking to narrow this gap by ensuring that learners have both the theory and the skills required for their jobs. Betty Kiptum, Easy Friday.
Thank you, Kiptum, for that report. Now, the Capital Markets Authority has extended the provisional licenses granted to 4 coffee brokers by 30 days. The authority's chief executive, Wycliffe Shamia, says the 4 agents are yet to fully comply with the set requirements to start trading at the Nairobi Coffee Exchange.
Kipkelion Brokerage Company Limited, Murang'a County Coffee Dealers Company, Mount Elgon Coffee Marketing Agency Limited, and United Eastern Kenya Coffee Marketing Company are yet to meet coffee trading conditions set by CMA 3 months after being partially licensed. The authority has extended the provisional licenses for the 4 marketing agents by 30 days to allow them set up modalities for compliance. The 4 are yet to start trading at the Nairobi Coffee Exchange due to a standoff between the Ministry of Agriculture and Capital Markets Authority over licensing. According to the Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Peter Munya, licensing of coffee is a preserve of the Food and Agriculture Authority and not the Capital Markets Authority.
So there is nowhere in the law where CMA has been given mandate to license auctions. Then they should even license Ukulima Market. It's an auction. Let them concentrate on stock markets and the capital market.
Efforts by the Capital Markets Authority to have the 5 millers it had licensed to trade at the Nairobi Coffee Exchange were thwarted by the exchange that said it was awaiting directions from the Ministry of Agriculture. The licensing standoff between Munya and the CMA culminated in the Agriculture Cabinet Secretary extending licenses for all marketing agents by a year. Munya said Capital Markets Authority has no infrastructure to support coffee trading in the country and plans are underway to draft laws and regulations for coffee marketing agents in the country. Benson Rioba reporting for Easy Friday.
To some good news, this is a story that you do not want to miss. Over 5,000 households in 3 counties are set to benefit from government biodigesters under a World Bank funded project to avail cheap and sustainable power for lighting and cooking. The beneficiaries will be households that are yet to be connected to the national grid.
Dairy farmers in Nyandarua, Nyeri and Taita Taveta counties are set to benefit from a climate-smart technology that will provide clean energy and biofertilizer.
After imetengeneza gas tutapata hiyo waste. Hiyo waste tutaweka kwa mashamba zetu ikiwa CN cause inatengeneza hiyo waste tukipeleka kwa mashamba nini zetu zinakuwa sasa itakuwa organic fertilizer.
The project, which is funded by the World Bank and the government, will see households yet to be connected to the national grid access lighting and cooking system powered by biogas. Each biogas system will be constructed at a cost of between 80,000 and 100,000 shillings, with farmers trained on system maintenance to sustain the project.
Difference in the range of cost is sometimes you may find the excavation is difficult or costly in some places, and then you find the piping distance may also be different, but basically 80,000 is enough to do a basic system.
The biogas technology is expected to reduce fuel, energy and health cost by half.
Two main products that we're interested in from this system. We're interested in the gas, which is used for cooking and lighting purposes, and we're also interested in the bioslurry, which goes into farming.
According to the Kenya Biogas Program, one biodigester helps save 1.08 tons of trees annually that would have been used for cooking. Benson Rioba reporting for Easy Friday.
That wraps up business for this week. Up next, we're going to have sports. I can see Karen is on standby. And don't forget, Shiksha has an interview with Mr. Seed, so you do not want to miss any of that. Have a good evening.
The Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops invites all men and women of goodwill to a virtual National Prayer Day to be held in Subukia this Saturday, 2nd October 2021. This year's theme is Saint Joseph, Faithful and Just, Guardian of the Eucharist. Go to Joseph. We invite you to participate in this celebration of the Holy Mass by following the proceedings that will be aired live on KBC Channel 1 this Saturday from 10 a.m. God bless Kenya.
Around a world championship. And without control of that world championship, the league crumbles. Your title has been hijacked. Now we got the gold. Now we've got the power. And now we have some demands. You're probably wondering what our demands are. We're talking about contracts.
Is treating you well. It's now time for us to take a look at what's making headlines in the world of sports. My name is Karen Kibet. The elections date for members who will take charge of the various positions at the National Olympic Committee of Kenya has been set for 12th November this year. This is following a NOC extraordinary session of the General Assembly held today in Nairobi. The elections were to be held last year but were postponed due to the postponement of the Tokyo 2022 Olympic Games.
The National Olympic Committee of Kenya elections will be held on the 12th of next month, having been postponed from last year due to the postponement of the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. The elections are always held after every Olympic Games, and the 2020 Games postponement meant that the elections had to be delayed for a year. The date was announced during a meeting held in Nairobi and which had on the agenda handing the Tokyo 2020 Olympics report to the members, the status update on the Olymp Africa Center in Ruai, appointment of the NOC Electoral Board to conduct the NOC elections, and bringing the federations up to speed with the provision of the Sports Act number 25 of 2013 on requirements to be met by those vying for executive committee positions. IEBC was preferred as the board to conduct the elections.
Thank you, Barkley, for that report. Now, the bout pitting Kenya's Sarah Achieng and Malawi's Ruth Chisale, who will be battling for the Commonwealth lightweight belt, will be aired live on KBC Channel 1 tomorrow. Other undercard non-title events will be hosted too at the Nairobi Charter Hall.
The bout, sponsored by betting firm 22Bet, will be the main fight of the day besides other undercard non-title events, which will be the first one in the country since boxing was stopped indefinitely due to COVID-19 in 2020. Achieng, who has been in the ring since 2008, has fought 15 bouts, winning 13, 7 through knockouts and lost 2 fights through knockouts. Chisane, who specializes in welterweight, has won 10 bouts, 6 of them through knockouts and losing ones. The 31-year-old Achieng believes lack of a competitive bout since 2019 won't affect her performance against the Malawian opponent. The bout will be aired live on KBC Channel 1. Frederick Muki for Easy Friday.
Make sure you don't miss all those amazing bouts right here at KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner. Moving on, Harambee Stars coach Engin Firat has said that he will give youth a chance when he will be unveiling his final squad that will play against Mali in a World Cup qualifying match on 7th this month. Firat made the sentiments as Harambee Stars intensified their training at Tutali Grounds, Nairobi.
We have to see also the other players who will be here, because some of them have some problems physically. This means injury. We will see who will be in the end or here. Now we start here. The start was okay. The boys are motivated. They want to do something. We invited also a lot of new young players here, and I'm very hopeful, because I believe especially in young players, to give them a chance and to have also something for the future, not only to think about one match, also to give also young players a chance for the future.
Top-tier league matches across Europe will resume this weekend with several matches lined up for tomorrow and Sunday. The following is a glimpse of the weekend fixtures. And that's all we had for you right here at the KBC Sports Desk News. Have yourself a lovely evening and do enjoy your weekend. My name is Karen Kibet. I do hand you back to Shiksha and Kago.
Thank you so much for that update, Karen. And with that, it's time for us to take you to the next segment, which is Spotlight. That's going to be coming up in a short while. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what you've been saying, where you've been tuned in from. We've got Shaban Said, who says, viewing from Twapa, Kilifi County. Other messages that are coming in on Twitter. We've got Oyando Wycliffe, who says, watching live from 045 Kisii branch. And Rose, who says, watching from Kericho, hashtag Easy Friday. That's the hashtag. Remember, you can interact with us on the hashtag as Mr. Seed makes his way to the studio. So talk to us if you've got any questions for him. Remember, his song, by the way, featuring Masauti, is currently on #1 on YouTube. It's the only one I'm talking about, so make sure you stay tuned for that interview.
All right, that's good stuff to look forward to. That's a bit later, just to share some of your feedback as well.
Yes.
Quickly, though, because you need to do the spotlight. A friend of mine called Davis Nyaga. You remember I mentioned at the beginning of the bulletin about today being the World Vegetarian Day.
Yes.
So this is on a light church. So people from Embu and Meru, they chew cat, they do Mira. So gotta say that he's saying he's a vegetarian by the virtue of the fact that he does Mira.
Vegetarian by nature, or so he believes.
Yeah, absolutely. Gavi, I see you, Samir, Dan, and the rest of you. Many thanks indeed for watching. We'll be back next week on Friday. My name is John Kago. Good evening.
See you soon.
breastfeeding can save the lives of especially premature babies from life-threatening infections. But what if a mother is unable to breastfeed?
Sasa nilishikwa na stress, hata sikuwa na weza toa maziwa ya kutosha.
And that is the most reason why the preterm babies don't make it.
The Pumwani Maternity Hospital Human Milk Bank is, however, changing that narrative. Meet the mothers donating their milk to save lives.
Wanafurahia sana. Inaweza kuwa mama mwingine, yani inaweza itwa mama na watoto wengi.
Join Marie Yambo for this special feature, The Milk of Life, this Saturday at 7 and 9 p.m. only on KBC Channel 1.
It is now a year since we started investigating Mr. Soloshi.
You'll have to go out of town and lay low for a while.
Do you know that guy who's wanted by Interpol? That's Baduza.
Oh yes, and that's how he was found. Dead.
We're emailing you something big.
You absolutely need to get out of here.
If only we got that tape.
You won't and will never bring me down.
Oh. It's like a brother to me. Can't believe.
We've got the one and only Mr. Seed in the house. If you've just tuned in, well, guess what? You're not late because he's just come in and we are going to be talking about a lot of things. So you have a seat and then we start.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Seed, first of all, congratulations. Your song, Only One, is currently on #1 on YouTube.
Trending,
I just saw the news. It's trending. It's amazing. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm excited. At least kazi yangu inaonekana na watu, so
Kabisa.
And people are supporting it, and the fact that it is part of the album and it was not the project that I was supposed to release, the second one,
right.
So it is due to public demand, so I decided to let me go and shoot it, and then I released it.
So, you've just launched your album, which has 10 songs, right?
Yeah.
And 5 of which are love songs.
Love songs.
And then 5 are gospel, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you, you've been a gospel artist for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
You have been someone who's been known to do gospel music, and now you're also doing love. So is this your official announcement where you're telling the world, me, by the way, mi nimeenda hiyo side ya, contemporary music, love music? Is that your announcement, or is this something that you want to try and experiment with?
No, me I cannot say bye
to gospel.
Yeah. I'm saved, and mine is very real. Me I cannot fake anything. The reason why, the fact that I've sung love songs, it doesn't mean that I'm a secular artist, you know? Yeah, because love is for everyone.
Right.
God himself is love, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, and it is just my way of expressing my love to my lover, you know? Even, most of the times, Wakenya wanakuanga na ile, like some of the people wanakuanga wa judgmental sana. Wewe unaimba love song, wewe sasa wewe ni msanii wa secular, you know? In the first place, how, wewe mwenyewe kama uko na dem, how did you get that girl to be yours? Ulitumia tactics, you went and ukawarusha rhymes there, and she was like, you're beautiful, I want you to be mine, I love you, sweet words. You are fascinating, son. I was like, I can do this, I can try and do this. So one day I went home, I think I was in class 5.
Wow.
Class 5, 6 there. So one day I went home. Back then we were using tapes to record.
Yes.
You find a beat somewhere, a dancehall beat, unakuja unaweka kwa radio, and then you start dubbing yourself. So I wrote something shallow, and I was like, yo man,
I can do this.
I can do this. So from there, I started loving music. So I told my leader, my dance leader, you know what, I want to be an artist. Can you please help me to find a name for myself? So he went, and then after like 2 weeks he came with 3 names.
Okay.
So it was like, one was Mr. Seed, another one was Mr. Fat, and another one was I can't remember. I remember the 2 because he told us, it was me and Bahati by the way, that time. Yeah. So he told us to choose.
Okay.
So akaweka hapo Mr. Seed and Mr. Fat. So you guys choose.
Obviously Mr. Seed.
So Bahati chose Mr. Fat.
Okay.
His first name ya msanii ilikuwa Mr. Fat.
Really?
So me took Mr. Seed, but I didn't love it.
Yeah.
Nikaenda, my real name is Moses.
Yes.
So nikaanza kujita Lil Mo. I know that this one is not working out.
Yeah.
Nikasema, let me call myself the dancer. This one is not working out. Nika try. So one day nikaamua tu, let me try and use this name.
Mr. Seed.
Yeah, Mr. Seed. I went to the studio and I recorded my first hip hop song. It was a crank song. Though back then crank zilikuwa zina hit. Lil Wayne was on top, man. Exactly. So we were like snapping and yeah. So nikaeka Mr. Seed, na sikumbuki the tagline, and people loved the name.
Okay.
So from there ndio nikasema, by the way, I think God has pair this one to be my.
There's a reason why you had that name, and people actually liked it. They enjoyed, that particular name, and they related to that name. Now, since we're talking about names, let's talk about your album, The Black Child.
Black Child. Yeah.
Obviously, this is something that I think is a very strong name. It has a very strong significance, because we are in Africa at the end of the day. And the name, The Black Child, where did it come from? Who inspired you, and how did you get that name?
I have a cousin of mine. He was an artist before me.
Okay.
He was a musician. So the name is his. So yeye ndiye alikuwa anaitumia. But sasa alikuwa anaitumia kama an entertainment, like jina entertainment yake.
Right.
Black Child
Stage
Entertainment.
Name.
Yeah. So inspiration will come from my background. Like I come from Mathare. Have you ever been in Mathare?
Yes, of course.
You know the situation.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've lived in Mathare. I grew up in Mathare.
You were born there?
Yeah, I'm born in Mathare. So life there was so hard.
Yes.
So I think the whole inspiration, Black Child, ilitoka from my background, mali nimetoka.
From where you came from.
Yeah. And then now, if you see the cover, it's me and my son,
yes.
Gold.
Yes.
So I just wanted to tell people a story that I'm the current Black Child.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to mentor and bring up the future Black Child.
That's a very interesting story.
Yeah. So if you've seen the poster, iko na the kingship ya kitambo.
Yes.
Yeah, the African kingship. So the whole thing ilikuwa about Africa, the struggles of African child. From siku za tulikoloniziwa up to this time, because in Africa ndio you make it, you must
hustle, you must
in
struggle.
a lot of work, man.
Yes.
Hard work. Even Lupita, before Lupita alikuwa anashinda hapa kando.
Kabisa.
Like working every day, So I think inspiration yangu ilitoka from so many different, and then now my son now.
Okay.
So I'm like me, I've struggled.
Yeah.
Now I'm preparing this boy.
Yeah.
It's not that he's going to struggle. Me, I'm already making a way for him. So him, siku moja atakuja kutell his story because he's also a Black Child.
Interesting. It's a very powerful story, I must say. And you've mentioned that you grew up in Mathare, the struggles that you've experienced growing up.
Yeah.
So how exactly was that, the scenario, and how did you realize that this is what I want to do? I want to be a musician. I want to be an entertainer. How did you come to that realization?
Mi nimegrow na so many tukiwa teenagers, yeah?
Yes.
And kulikuwa na a lot of peer pressure, And I have a lot of my friends wamekuwa shot dead in Huruma and Mathare.
Okay.
We were friends. We had a clique, so we were there, like doing all those bad things to people. So the way vile tulikuwa tuna grow and sing, vile a friend of mine can just walk and then police atoken like, yo, we've been looking for you. try to run, pop, down. So I decided now I cannot take that path. I want to choose
a different
my
path
and I want to make myself a better person.
Yes.
And I've been raised by a single mom.
Okay.
So I know, I've seen her struggle for ndio tupate food. So I was like, you know, I want one day to help my mother. Nikijieka kwa this group, it will never happen. My story will just itaishia hapa, you know. So I decided now this is the path I want to go. And then from hapo sasa ndio nikaingia church. So I was going to church to dance. But see, because I'm saved, I was just going there to dance. Kumbe hiyo time yangu ya kwenda church ilikuwa inanisaidia because nilikuwa naenda church and these boys are doing other things.
So it's two different paths completely.
Yeah. So when I come back, nasikia like, oh, your friend was found somewhere, mob justice, blah blah blah. Me, I was like, God, you saved me because nilikuwa church. You know, so your path ya church it really helped me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Quite a story, I must say. You know, something that not many people know about you, and it's nice to hear, you know, you talking about your struggles, and of course inspiring the younger generation out there that it's not the end of the world. Even if you're born in Mathare or Kibera, for instance, you know, you still can make it, and more power to you, Seed. It's amazing to see, and you know, of course, hear your story as well. Now, let's talk about your career as a gospel artist. It's been 10 years or so. How has the journey been? Is gospel something that you believe is your calling and something that you want to do in the next 10 years as well?
Yeah, I can confidently say yes. My first hit song, I made my first hit song when I was still in high school, in Form 2.
Okay.
That is Papa Godo featuring MOG.
Right.
And that song was big. That song changed my life, I think. Not financially, but like people knew, people knew me with that song. So all through imekuanga like a journey full of ups and downs.
Yes.
You know, there was a time in my career that I stopped music because it was so frustrating. No money, everything was going south. So I decided, you know what?
Let's try something else.
Yeah. And I didn't try anything.
You just
By
stopped.
the way, I just stopped and I was just there. I was just going for events, sitting. The name is still there, people know me, but I'm just taking like joyriding.
Yes.
So it was for like 2 years. Yeah, so unapata those are the challenges zenye zilikuwa zinafanya mpaka nilikuwa naona like there was this time things were bad and I just decided, no, you know what, if being a gospel artist means that I'm supposed to suffer, let me sing secular then. I wrote 2 songs and hey, girls are shaking, blah blah blah, yeah. But then again I came and sit down and thought, hii wimbo itafurahisha mamangu. Like what will my mother say when she sees something like this?
You want your mother to be proud of you.
Yeah. So I decided, no, you know what, just let me quit. And then kumbe it was not God's time.
Yeah.
So and then I made a comeback with a song called Kumbe Kumbe.
Okay.
Yeah, so from there
the rest is history, as they say. So, you know, you've mentioned a lot about your mom. When she watches your songs, now when she sees the person that you've become, what does she feel?
I believe she's proud of me.
She must be so overwhelmed and she must be so happy.
Yeah, because anytime I do concerts, my shows, she must be there.
Okay, that's amazing.
She was
Is
there.
she watching today?
Yeah, she was there for my album launch. I've done 2 stadium shows. She has been there.
Wow.
So kila saa mi utaka, and I love praising her because she has been amazing to us. She has really struggled to
raise you,
like to provide food on the table. So I think now it's my turn to do the same. Yeah.
Amazing. So see, let's talk about, you know, your legacy in terms of your launch that you just had. It was quite phenomenal. You know, the glitz and the glam, and it was just larger than life. I saw all the celebrities there. I was like, "Where's Sawa, Mr. Sid? You're doing it big, right?" It must have cost a lot for that particular launch, and of course for that album as well. So how did you manage in terms of financing, and of course in terms of raising the budgets and just making sure that you're able to put money together to be able to have this album itself? How did you manage sponsorships? What did you do?
You know, I cannot
That's fine.
tell
It's
like
completely okay, of
everything,
course.
but I think me, I'm a businessman,
right?
And then apart from that, I have people behind me,
well-wishers,
that support whatever I do.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then peer sponsors came through. But for me, it was not about what I've spent, what I'm going to spend. And for me, it was to give out
the best,
like the best. You know, this being my first album, I told myself and I told my team that, yani, we are going to do everything. Whatever we are doing. So I was really taking my time. We traveled outside Nairobi just to go and sit for like weeks, to sit and record and think, you know. And I'm so happy because I'm seeing, you see, culture yetu ya Kenya, our fans, they don't ijaingia kwa system about the albums. You know, it's so hard for artists to do albums. But for me, you know, this being my first album, it has now like 700,000 streams. 2 weeks.
That's amazing.
Yani, that's an achievement kwangu.
Did you expect that? Did you think?
No, I didn't.
You didn't.
I didn't. Like, I'm here thinking like, is God bragging? Or what is God trying to do? You know, because I've had, before this one, I've had a lot of criticism, and a lot of like scandals, like people negativity, you know. So I just wanted the best.
That's amazing.
I just wanted the best, and I'm still doing my best. I'm still going to release top videos.
We're just going to ask you, what about the videos? Now you've released one, what next?
I've released two.
Okay.
Romeo and Juliet, the first one. And then Only One. Then from there, you know, now according to my plan, ilikuwa, I had the list, like after this one I'm releasing this one, but now the album is Koko public, they are the one deciding, you know, now we want this one. Now we want this
and
one.
the two have done really well, Romeo and Juliet as well as Only One. They've both, you know, been at the top of the charts when it comes to trending and when it comes to going viral on YouTube. So there's a lot of expectations and pressure on you, right? Because now you have to do even better for the next videos.
So I think God has been amazing. God is I can say so much about God, you know.
Your faith is so strong. And I mean, that's something that's phenomenal, especially in this age, you know, seeing young people going on the right path and people who are absolutely giving it their 100% and getting support, not just from family and friends, but from above as well. You need to have a very strong faith. So it's really nice to see. It's very refreshing, I must say. So see, let's talk about support, you know, from your family as well, you know, from people around you. People have been amazing to you. And who is your biggest support system?
My child.
Your child.
My boy. His name is Gold.
Okay.
So anytime I feel low or anytime I feel like things are not working, I just go in the house and find the boy. Daddy comes. Naona kuna life, you know. And then my wife, she's been there.
Amazing.
Yani kwa everything.
You know, they say behind a successful man there has to be a woman. I was just going to ask you. I was just going to be like, wifey has really been pushing hard. She's been supporting you. It's very lovely.
We are trending at #1.
Oh, so nice.
Do you know? I've never sijaifika like #1. Nachezeanga 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is the first time.
This is my first project to
hit #1.
To hit #1. And that's I don't know.
That's amazing.
I'm so happy, and and I have a lot of people who are supporting me. I have a big team, by the way. I have photographers, I have managers, PA.
So it's all teamwork, obviously.
Yeah, my studio, Starborn. So everybody has been working and they're supporting. Si easy pia kufuata watu wenye wanakukufia.
Absolutely.
They're wanakufia your vision. It's not easy. So I'm so grateful to so many people. Yani, siwezi mention who you 1, 2, 3, but there are so many. But
So let's talk about collaborations. You know, you've just collaborated with Masauti, and obviously you've seen the results. It's been amazing. Who would you like to collaborate with in future? Which artist in Kenya? Name 3. You must.
In Kenya?
Yes.
You know, in Kenya, I think I've done songs with
most of them.
Karibu Kila Mtu.
Okay.
But the only person mwenye natamani, I think, is, you know, Susanna Will?
Yes.
Yeah. I think Susanna. And because me sikuangi mtu mwenye unaweza predict my collaborations and you can't.
So it's something that obviously, you know, you want to keep it a surprise.
Yeah.
You want your fans to keep guessing.
Yeah, and you can't guess the right thing.
Yes.
You know, because we anashindanga na huyu, so they'll collaborate. No, me, I don't work like that.
Right.
So nakuanga full of surprises. I need people to be mtu akiona hivi anakuwa na wow.
Yeah.
We didn't see this coming. Yeah. Me and Masauti tulikuwa hivi. Like hata tunge hata yani hakuna mtu ange imagine.
No one would have expected it at all.
Yeah, so when we came to the studio and we just started vibing, you know. Started vibing. I have the behind the scenes. I think I'll post that when creating the song, and then for Mapo, and then the album, and then the video.
I can see how excited you are. It's so lovely to see how passionate you are about your craft. It's so nice to see that, you know, doing what you do best makes you happy.
Yeah.
Because not many people have realized and, of course, have been able to figure out what it is that they're doing well and what it is that they're good at doing. So maybe, you know, some advice for the youth out there who are watching you. They've seen you make it. They've seen your journey. And, you know, you've literally risen from you can say, a place where there were lots of troubles and challenges and obstacles, and now to where you are today. So what message do you have for the young people out there, you know, who are watching you, who believe that they can also do it?
Just believe in yourself, trust yourself, and believe in whatever you're doing. Because maybe when I started, me I can say I'm not the best singer. There are so many people out here that can sing better than me.
Okay.
But me, I believed in whatever.
You know, wait. Hold on there. The fact that you've actually admitted that you're not the best singer and that there's people out there who can sing better than you, in itself, I feel is a big deal. Because everyone thinks they're the best. So the fact that you've admitted that, you know, you may not be the best singer, but there's other people out there, is humility.
Yeah,
so I feel like that's also contributed to who you are today.
I always tell my team, that tunaweza kaa hivi chini, and I was like, yo, umesikia ule msanii? Man, that guy is bad. That guy hata siwezi, I cannot come close to whatever he's doing, you know. But the fact that I believe in what I do. I believe, you know me, I always compete na mimi mwenyewe. I'm like, I want to. Yesterday I was like this. Today I need to be a better person.
So you are your biggest competitor.
Yeah. You know, because my vision and my whatever I see in front here is so big.
Right.
Kushinda
it's even bigger than Kenya. It's international.
And this album, it is doing wonders by the even outside Kenya.
Yeah.
I'm like, the TZ people wame jump into the on TikTok
it's trending, by the way.
It's trending.
Currently it's actually trending on TikTok. That's something that I noticed. It's one of the top sounds on TikTok. So we'll do a dance as well.
Like 40,000 videos. That's plus amazing. You know, Nigeria,
just in 2 days.
In 2 days, Nigeria, Uganda, so everybody's
coming together.
So I am so grateful, and my advice to you: stay humble, work hard, put in a lot of work, and then wait for God's time, because God's time is always the best time.
Absolutely, every time.
Yeah.
And see, let's talk about, you know, the fact that you wanted your album to have a Pan-African appeal. You didn't want it just to be producers from Kenya. You've mentioned in a couple of interviews that, you know, you've had producers from Rwanda as well. So why did you do that? You know, what was the reason behind that?
Reason in a come to the black child. Like black child is everything. I tried to to bring in a lot of different types of music from different countries.
Yes.
When you listen to the album, we have rumba, we have Afrobeat, we have so many.
So you want it to be sounds of Africa?
Yeah, sounds of Africa. So I've worked with 6 producers. One is called Denzel, another one is called Giddy Vibes, and then I have Teddy B, Alexis on the beat, producer Paulo, and then from Rwanda, producer Rush. So I didn't want to sound the same.
Okay.
You know,
you wanted each song to have a different flavor.
Feel, different. And when you listen to the music, you're like, kila mtu akona nifanwa type of song.
Right.
I've worked with a Somalian artist.
Okay.
You know, and it was Lil Balil. So I wanted that specifically for Somali. And the Somali people are loving it.
Yes.
You know, they are sending in their challenges. They are, you know. And I've done with Uganda and Tanzania. So I wanted to bring in a lot of different cultures in one album. And I thank God because it worked.
It did.
Yeah.
It works to your favor. Absolutely. Sid, what next can we expect from you? I mean, you've told us that you want to do videos for your next songs in your album. But apart from that, in the next 5 years or so, where do you see yourself? We know you have a big vision, larger than life, but where do you want to be? What's your dream?
Before I answer you that,
yes,
I think I have something for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind of you.
Inaweza kuwa something small, but
okay,
it's nice.
Something small. So sweet.
It's a perfume.
Okay.
Yeah. Kindly help me. This is my PA, by the way.
Okay.
Beba manguo mingi.
Thank you.
This is a perfume called Michael's Bouquet.
Yes.
Yeah, I work with them, so I told them that I'm coming to.
Thank you. This is so nice. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so at least.
Oh, thank you. Nashukuru.
Yeah, utapiga.
Oh yes, I'm going to smell it, and I'm going to make sure that I tell you how it is. I give you feedback.
Yeah. So my plan,
your dream,
my dream,
and your vision. You can tell me both. I
want to impact my generation with a positive vibe.
You're a millennial at the end of the day, right? So of course,
I'm pushing the agenda. Yeah, you can come from a nobody and become a somebody. Me, I've seen, you know, and I remember growing up, there was these days that sikuwa na mahali pa kulala. I was sleeping in church. Like I was sleeping under the car, you know. I was struggling for food. But right now I can say that God has been faithful to me, you know. So I'm just trying to preach the positive vibe, and I want to be the first artist to do shows, big shows, stadium shows.
Fill up stadiums.
Yeah. Festivals. I started in 2019. I did 2. And then last year Corona came. This year I did that event in Westlands. I never imagined that myself coming from Mathare, I'll come and
Westie.
Do an event in Westlands.
Rumba ya Westie.
That's a big thing kwangu, you know. So I have a lot of things. Nikikanga hivi peke yangu ndio mimi ufikiria by the
This is what I want to do.
This is what I want to do. Sometimes it's so hard for me to explain.
That's fine. That's because you're a dreamer.
Yeah.
Right?
So nikikaa hivi ndio naangalia naona this is what I want to do, and nafaa kuchukua injia.
Okay.
And I thank God because amekuwa akizileta blessings step by step. Not ile once, now you are you've gone. So inanionyeshanga
slow but steady.
So inanionyeshanga by the I'm here to stay.
Oh, I love that.
You know, 10 years being in the game is not easy, and you're still relevant, you're still making hits, you're still, you know, it's not easy. I've seen so many artists, they come, wanafanya vitu wanafanya, they disappear. Me, I've just been there, like studying and doing this and studying the industry. That means that God has a big plan for me.
Bigger than you expect.
Yeah, so I need to keep on pushing. Yes.
Absolutely. And when we talk about your struggles, when we talk about the things that you've experienced in the past and now the person that you are, how has Mr. Seed changed over the years? How has music made you change? How has family made you change?
Family imenifanya nikakuwa a responsible person.
Okay.
Back then I was like, I go for shows, you give me 100,000, I spend it, and now the next day I have nothing. I start working again, But family imenifundisha, if I get 1,000, I know this 1,000, it can buy milk, it can buy what, blah blah blah, And being in the industry imenifanya nikakuwa a lot more wise with my decisions, and pia imenifundisha kuishi na watu.
Okay.
Yeah, like me I'm an easy guy, and I can just enter in this room and become friends with everyone.
You're an extrovert.
you know. Yeah, so yeah.
So obviously these are things that you've seen that have changed in you. And how has your relationship with your wife made you change as a human being?
That's a tricky one.
If she's watching, it will impress her. Kidogo.
However, nikajua true meaning of love.
Okay.
And being patient with someone, and believing in someone, because she believed in me even before I believed in myself.
Right.
When I stopped doing music, she was there. She was telling me.
So it's pushing you.
You need to do this, and I'm like, no, I can't do it. Yeah, on my potential. Me, I was not seeing.
Wow.
There was this time I had like esteem issues. Yani ulikuwa unasema like this, umse ako chini.
The confidence wasn't there.
Ilikuwa inani, yeah. So she was there to psych me up. Like, you need to move. Whatever they are saying,
it's okay.
It's okay. You need to move.
Cancel the noise, blur out the noise.
Yeah. And that one really encouraged me, and it changed even my thinking. It hardened my heart. So nowadays I know how to deal with such things.
Wow. So even like as we speak about cyberbullying, we speak about these blogs, we speak about people say about you. Does it bother you?
Nowadays,
not anymore. It used to bother you.
There was this time.
Yeah.
I don't know, one lady came and said what.
Yeah.
I think it was in 2019.
Okay.
That was my first biggest scandal I've ever had. Where?
It affected you?
Yeah. I locked myself in the house for like a week.
Wow.
I was not eating. It was dark. I was just there crying. I was crying because these people are lying.
Yeah.
You cannot go live on radio and on TV saying such things about a person.
Right.
So I was there crying, and from that time now I told myself, this is the path that I chose.
Yes.
I need to learn how to live with it. So nowadays you can just
no matter what people say,
do whatever. I will never respond. I will never talk about it. Me, I'll keep on moving with my life.
That's the way. That's how it should be. Especially in this digital media age that we are in, social media, anyone can say anything about you. People have so much to say about you, even if they know you, even if they don't know you. So I think that's the best advice, because you just need to cancel the noise, and no matter what anyone says, you're going to do your thing.
Because if you keep on paying attention to whatever they're saying, that thing can break you, bana. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. And lastly, as we wrap up, what would you like to say to your fans, people who are watching right now, people who've been listening to your music, who've been supporting you, Mr. Seed? What message would you like to give to them?
I love you guys so much.
Yeah.
So much, and I'm so humbled na support that you guys are giving me. And this is what I've said this for the last 8 years. Continue supporting me. I will never fail you guys.
Okay.
Stream my music. The album is out exclusively on Boomplay, so go and stream. Tufike pale 1 million streams, It
Inshallah.
means a lot to me.
Yes.
Yeah, and I say thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. You know, even my shosho is watching, eh?
Hey! Ever say something in your language, mother tongue? You must.
I don't know.
Give her a shout out.
I don't know.
Make her proud. Moses, come on.
See, me have two niko kwa blood yangu I have two tribes. So hata alafu nimeelewa Nairobi, so I don't know.
So you don't know?
Yeah.
Okay, ni sawa.
But I love you guys so much, my family, my mom, and everyone. And thank you so much for inviting me here.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. It's an absolute pleasure. If you've been watching, that was Mr. Seed, an amazing conversation that we've had together. And of course, so many things that we've learned about you, his career, his journey, his personal life, how, you know, he overcame the struggles and of course, brought himself to where he is today. Cancel the noise. So lots of lessons that I've learned from you. So asante sana for, you know, making the show even more special. And I can't let you go without performing my favorite song right now. Only One is my only favorite song right now. The only one I want to listen to. So you must perform for your fans. Everyone's really awaiting that. So yeah, are you ready?
Anything for you.
Kabisa, let's go. Love that song. That was so much fun, you know, getting to perform with him live in action. What an opportunity, what a pleasure, what an honor. Thank you so much, Mr. Seed.
Thank you.
Asante sana. Congratulations once again for #1 on YouTube. I'm sure this is just the beginning. There's so much that's, you know, in store for you.
Yeah.
And of course what you've got lined up for your fans as well. So we're looking forward to seeing that. And thank you for watching KBC Channel 1. This has been #Easy Friday. My name is Shiksha Arora. With me I had Mr. Seed, the only one, and I hope that you had a fantastic time with us right here on the show. Don't go too far because coming up next we've got DJ Coljax on Disco Funk. So good night, take care, sleep tight, and I'll see you next week Friday. Hey!
Vera Beauty College.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College with branches in Nairobi, Eldoret, Thika and Meru. Did you know that we are a TVET approved institution? We offer courses in fashion design, interior design in soft furnishing, event decoration, flower arrangement, event planning, hairdressing, barbering and dreadlocks, beauty therapy, makeup, nail technology, spa massages, teaching skills, TOT,